Good morning and welcome to the news headlines from Calendar South. We start with the news that one of Doncaster's main roads remains sealed off this morning by police investigating a serious sexual assault. It happened just off the A19 on Addick Lane at Asken shortly after 8 o'clock last night. So far, police have released no other details, but the road is closed in both directions whilst forensic teams search the area. And we will, of course, keep you up to date with developments on this story as we get them. Meanwhile, a man from our region accused of shooting dead his wife and baby in America tries to stop prosecutors taking a sample of his DNA. Neil Entwistle, originally from Worksop, is accused of killing his wife Rachel and 9-month-old daughter Lillian at their home in Massachusetts before fleeing. Prosecutors want to match his DNA with a sample found on a gun allegedly used in the shootings. But Entwistle's lawyers are attempting to block the move. The 27-year-old denies murder and is due to go on trial next year. Moving on now, and thousands of unsolved crimes could finally be cracked with a revolutionary new technology being trialled in South Yorkshire. Experts say the system, which is being used for the first time anywhere in the world, will help pinpoint DNA matches where it had previously proved impossible. Police believe it could help double the number of so-called cold case crimes they're able to solve. The new technique's particularly successful where only tiny amounts of DNA have been left behind or where several people's samples are present. Police have used these new sophisticated techniques to solve a number of crimes going back 20 years across South Yorkshire. Talks begin today to see if any of the 150 jobs under threat at one of Sheffield's biggest manufacturing firms can be saved. Managers held mass meetings this afternoon at Tinsley Bridge Limited on Setcote Lane to deliver the news. The company makes leaf springs for cars and has been badly hit by foreign imports. Calendar understands that almost 150 of the 250 workers have been given notice that they will face redundancy around Christmas time. Now, if you own a house, it's good news. If you're trying to buy one, it's the last thing you want to hear. But experts believe our region is sitting on a housing time bomb. New figures predict that in 5 years' time, the average house price in our region will have gone up to £220,000, a much bigger increase than elsewhere in the country. The report from the National Housing Federation claims the situation in Yorkshire and Humberside could lead to even more people being excluded from getting a foot on the property ladder. People like 22-year-old Natasha Wenham.
I've got a full-time job now, but obviously I don't have enough income to get my own place. So really I'm going to have to rely on either a family member or just keep on renting, and that's not what I want really. That's the only thing I can hope for really.
Mother of a boy who has a rare illness which can see him suffer up to 30 epileptic fits a day has embarked on a fundraising campaign to give him a better standard of life. 3-year-old Jack Kitchen from Scorthorpe near Doncaster has West syndrome, which affects his brain and means he can't speak, can hardly see or do many of the things other children his age can. He needs 24-hour care and spends all day in a wheelchair. His mum, Joanne Hardesty, wants to buy him a hydraulic standing frame to help his posture and some sensory equipment to give him essential stimulation. As part of her fundraising efforts, Joanne and a group of family and friends will do a sponsored parachute jump at the end of this month.
When he was 5 months old and he was put on his first medication, he did actually learn how to crawl and feed himself. But then when he has a bad seizure, it wipes his memory clean, so he loses everything. So until they've actually got the seizures under control, there's not a lot else they can do.
Obviously he's only got a wheelchair at the minute, and that's the only thing he has got. And so to give him a better quality of life, he really does need this hydraulic standing frame. And government aren't willing to fund it at the minute. And, you know, he can't sit there 12 hours a day in his wheelchair, can he? It's not fair.
Now, looking ahead to tonight's programme, and John Hill will be bringing us the latest of his reports from Pakistan 1 year on from the South Asian earthquake. Tonight he meets the families being given new homes and new hope by the owner of a Yorkshire restaurant. And another reason to watch tonight, we've got a fantastic competition to start your Christmas shopping in style with a trip on the luxurious Orient Express Northern Belle to London's Country Living Christmas Fair. So if you fancy enjoying the grace and elegance of yesteryear, tune in to Calendar tonight at the usual time of 6 o'clock. And in case you're wondering, there are only 81 days till Christmas. Well, that's about it from me and the Calendar South team for the moment. We're back with the lunchtime news at 10 to 2. Join me then if you can, but for now, have a very lovely morning. Bye-bye for now.